So yeah. Also, another thing that I've come across these days. So I must be scrolling through Facebook as you do, and I've come across these. I've come across a reel, and it's showing you a person called an auditor. I've never heard of I've heard of an auditor, but not this type of auditor. This auditor has got like the title said something like "Man puts officers in their place using the law" or something. So I've clicked on it now, and this guy's got like 6-7 feds around him. Sergeant there. He won't talk to the after a bit. He just jogged on the other feds like, "Listen, I'm not chatting to you. You're not getting my name." They're trying to say like they need it for this reason, that reason. He's like, "Nah, mate. I do not need to give you my name. I have the right to privacy. Have I been arrested for a crime? Are you detaining me? No. Cool. You're not getting my name. That's it. I don't give it." They're respecting it in a sense. He's making all of them give their numbers. Some of them are just like, he's like, "No, identify yourself." I said, "Right, this man's pushing it, you know. He's got like 6-7 of them around him. You know what I mean? They're saying, 'Yo, give me a number.'" He said, "Listen, article this and that, or legislation, policy, he's blasting policies at him left, right, and center. He's letting policies off like shotgun shit. Like he's just shotting them off with policies. It says, "Listen, under your policy, you need to identify yourself to the public when requested." Eventually, sergeants come. He goes like, "Listen, I'm done with you guys. I'll talk to you." Right. And obviously these man like putting like complaints in the moment or to the local because he's asking them to show their warrant card as well, making them get their wallet out like some FBI thing with their warrant number. And he's reading it out loud with their photos. It's crazy. I just think it's crazy. I don't know, because I'm used to it now, but when I first seen it, I thought, right, this man's pushing it hard. Oh, and he also goes to like the IOPC. Like, was it the Independent Office of Police Complaints or something? And he said he said, "Listen, I pushed them through hard. I pushed these, and they get done, and people get disciplined." And Anyway, so the sergeants come now. He thought, "Listen, I'm done with you guys. Listen, I'll talk to you." Anyway, the sergeant must have said something that he didn't like. Boom, he goes, "Oh, listen, you know what? I'm finished with you. You're dismissed."
No, you're
dismissed.
dismissed.
You can't dismiss me because you're dismissed. Do you know what I mean? That's so funny to see someone just use the law against the law users. Because some of the things that they were doing, I've watched loads now. This guy was called Power to the Proletariat, PTTP. This is the one that I watched, the first one. I watched quite a few of his now. He's all I've been up in Sheffield, you know, them ones there. But he's been to the police stations that aren't police stations, like that one near Capita. Because he's saying, "Oh, there's no police cars here." So there's like all admin officers, you know, them ones there. And anyway, there's a guy called Yardley Ski. And Yardley Ski, like when PTTP gets like, something will have to be said to him to make it turn up on it, for him to turn up, and he turns up. But Yardley Ski's just on it from the get-go. Yardley Ski is just straight. Because they're doing audits, they're calling it audits, yeah. So they go around the police stations, not just police stations, they're going around army bases, they're going around, it's mainly police stations, and it's mainly, what's the other one now? Job centres. So when you go to the police stations, they'll be like filming to see police cars are parked on like double yellow lines. That's the thing. They're just filming blatantly like registration plates. They're all up at like inside the place. They're filming all the there's bare posters on the wall and stuff. Filming all that information, saying it's for the public. It's a public's information. This is a public accessible place that you can't film in here. Boom. That's it. That's what they wanted. They wanted that engagement. Get that engagement, and that's it.
I'm in the ghetto.
You know what I mean? I'm in the ghetto. My man starts just letting off shots all over him. Policies and this and that. Dropping memos, their internal memos on him. Might even pull it out of his pocket. You know what it was there? Anyway, yeah. Going to like, what are they called? Forgot again, job centres. Going in a job centre. It's the same thing. Go in there, start filming things, just the thing. And if no one said nothing, they go in there, they'd film it. Obviously, all job centers are basically set out the same, aren't they? There's like that bit you can chill in, the bit that you're not chilling. You can go in there. They've got the flipping G4S. They're calling them goons for hire. Oh no, goons. G4S, goons for something anyway, or gangsters for sale. Goons for sale, gangsters for sale. It turns out it's a 6-month custodial for not displaying your badge, your SIA badge. So these man, obviously they're filming up everything, every man's face, and they're saying, listen, where's your badge? It's like, you've got it, where is it? It's in your pocket, it needs to be on shore. It's not, it is on shore, it's in your pocket, has it on shore? Like, my man's going sick on him, yeah? So like, no worries, I'll just let this SIA know. I've got people like USACs before. I said, oh my God, I'm a brazen, you know? And like I was saying, so they're also at the same, it's the same kind of like brown carpet, you walk down there, it's got the chairs we sit on, then the other side, normally against the windows, it's got them. With the thing is, it's like, oh, that's a GDPR breach. Like, I could be outside there in the window, like, just, I could just get all their information now. Except for one, I can see her screen, and I can see his, you know what I mean? And what's this here? Just moving all this, like, no signing sheets, and look, it's got all the people's data and that. You're supposed to be data protection, you are data protection, Oh my gosh. When people are filming, it gets onto G4S, but it gets onto the police, or it's because he won't give his name, they'll click on the things. Or because they know he's one of these audit guys, they'll want to like get some reconnaissance because they probably know he's not going to give his name. So they switch on their cameras. Yeah. And I found out later on because he said it, but he always waited. He'd have his big rigmaroles with him because some of them are just going off Aggie. It turns out that like in 2015, the police can't arrest you now for being like offensive towards them. What's the word now? I'm not using the proper word here. But he goes, oh, do you know what? Do one, you piggy. I can smell bacon, you vegan pig or something. And he turned around to come back. He goes, what are you going to do? He goes, you can't arrest me for that. He goes, you can't arrest me for being offensive because it was taken out in 2015, article, or policy, You can thank Rowan Atkinson for that. You know, Mr. Bean? He said you can thank Rowan Atkinson for that. I says, rah. I says, go on, do one. Vegan bacon. I said, rah, my man's just... Man going on savage, you know. You know what I'm saying? Savage. Anyway, wait a minute. The camera. It says, oh, just before you go, like, were you filming that? Were you filming me? Like, oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah. You know, like, it's no. Because they're used to dealing with just, you know, idiots like ourselves, like, who know nothing. He's like, oh yeah. He goes, oh, so why didn't you notify me?
You're doing what I'm doing, isn't it?
He goes, because I don't have to. They might say I don't have to, or I didn't have a chance. He's like,
Oh,
hold on, whoa.
Is there any reason, and none of you
you approached me and you started speaking, you could have easily said and starts like schooling him a little bit. Even if they're alright with him, he just is alright and just wants to educate him in a sense to like how you should be using the law. It's like, no, what you could have said is, hello sir, can I just say, first things first, I've turned on my camera, I'm now filming you, because now you will become like a GDPR controller and I have the right to access that, to get that scrubbed off from like the national computer, because that's my data. You've got my data there. That, oh, well, he goes, oh, anyway, he wants to call his numbers, he wants to see flipping badges again, what they call warrant cards, and they're going to get, he's going to complain. Oh, shit, my man is just like, but like, oh, yeah, so that's it. So when it goes into like the job centre as well, if they didn't say nothing to him, he just go in there, film the shit, you know, boom, bounce. But no, one of these G4S men have to come next to him. And the more they engage him, the more he digs in and won't leave, and they'll just go on then. And like I said, start pointing at GDPR, them blinds should be shut, you should be able to see them with the have you told these people, because did you know as well, yeah, that as a user of the job centre, you can request for your own privacy to go into a side room. And he says that we should be told this. We should be told that we don't have to sit there because it's a GDPR breach straight away, being sat so close to other service users that are using the job centre as well. Because you sat right next to him, innit? Like, it's peak. It's absolutely peak. I think to myself, right, imagine if you went to prison and started doing that. Like, you're at the meds hatch. You're at the meds hatch, yeah? Med hatch is there. Man's there. And I'm just stood here. Right behind him. There's a big queue of man, you know. And I can hear. The 16th man can hear what I'm saying. Never mind me who's right behind him. Or when I'm there, man can hear me that stood right there. You know, anyone's there. It's like, here you are, Marcus, there's your ball cream. Like, what? Like, yo! Yo, not me, stop me, stop. Your A9 CC4, it's like, oh, no. Like, yo, it's peak. Professionally peak. And yeah, my man pulls him up, and then they say, all right, if you don't leave, because they want him to leave, innit? He's like, listen, from one on to, don't touch me. That's all. So my man got boxed up as well one time by some job centre guy, you know, chased him, like followed him around the street in the night time, and you know what I mean? You don't fully see it. He's got his phone on there. You can hear like a scuffle of my man saying, you can't. You see you next Tuesday. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, you say, why are you kicking me for? You punch him. It's mad thing. These man get... Yo, listen, he's pushing, but he's a push button still. But it is entertaining and knowledgeable. So, like I say, then they say, all right, then, you're not going to leave? Sweet. I'm calling the police. He said, oh, well, if you're calling the police, I'll just sit here then. I'll just wait. Because I don't want them to look like... He said he don't want to waste more police time by them coming, him leaving when he's done what he's doing, or leaving because they're saying, and for them to have to look for him because that's wasting more police time because they don't need to come because nothing's happened. He's saying, like, first things first, there's nothing the police can do because this is a civil matter. He's saying, listen, this is a public accessible... Brother, this man, forget the job centre, this man's just waltzing down like any old public walkway. Like it might have got like, and he's just walking around there like car park. They're coming out like, excuse me, mate, what are you doing? Like, listen, it's a public accessible like walkway. Like there's no signs to say I can't come down here, and he's just filming all of their like private cars, personal cars, all of the Fed cars, like all their regs and that, looking through the window of the. Yo, listen. Yo, we're still recording. We're still recording. It look, he said, oh, that's a messy car. That's a great use of our public money. What else? Yo, listen. He said, there's no signage. I've checked all the signage. There's no signage. There's nothing to say I can't walk down here. They say no, but it's got one of the got one of them there for like. He says that's for cars. He's saying it's got a path. Paths are for walking on. The path was clear. I said, right, this man. He says, yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna take the drone up anyway. They're like, take the drone up. Oh, and record what? Wait, what are you recording? Why are you here? Like, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna take the drop, just record, you know, the cars. I'm interested in police cars and stuff, and that. I think it's so cool and that. And he's just dropping talk like that. He's just dropping talk like that, like, and he knows what he's doing. And yeah, so then some of them are a bit like wise to like drones and that, like, oh yeah, you're doing drones, yeah, and I mention something, he's like, you know about drones, yeah? They're like, yeah. They're like, yeah, oh right, is that the drone, yeah, okay, how much does it weigh? He's like, it's the DJI, blah blah blah, whatever minute, and it's 249 grams because over I think it's 250 and above. You have to have some kind of X, Y, and Z. I don't know. It's interactive, innit? You look into it and you tell me. And yes, it's like, nah, it's 249. I don't need this and that. Like, oh, but it's like some, like, you can't go over the police. He goes, what do you mean I can't go over the police? He starts dropping bars on them again. You know he's not playing around. He's coming armed up to the teeth in policies. He's not playing. Brother, the man's looking like Neo in Matrix 1 when him and the girl go to save Morpheus. No, he just opened up the jacket, you know. And my man just got policy after policy after policy. Woolly policy, arm to the teeth. Arm to the teeth, come like Rambo. Yo, the man come like Rambo, you know. Like just pure policies, arm to the teeth. And he's letting off policies left, right and centre. So like, he's like, listen, just don't even try that. Just don't even try it. You know what I mean? I'm done with you anyway. You're dismissed. Yo, and they've got Yardley Ski. They say, no, do you know what? Well, no, all you lot can do, You know, because he's just straight like, Aggie. Yardley Ski. Like, my man comes on the commenting proletariat, like PTTP. And he'll get a bit more, like, into it a bit as when these start getting a bit later with him. But Yardley Ski is just on it from the get-go. Like, he can be alright-ish. Even when he's been alright, he's a bit like, yeah, mate, you know how it is, though. He's a bit like, he's a loud one. You know the ones there? And he just goes, you know what, all of yous, yeah? You can just foxtrot Oscar. You know what I mean? Foxtrot Oscar. Oscar can't even say it. You know what I mean? Oh, God, gosh. Watch it, man. Yardley Ski. Power to the proletariat. And I like that name still. Because if you read 1984, badoosh! I didn't even, yeah. I've just got that shit off there still. Yeah, if you read 1984, you know where proletariat comes from. That's where I seen it first time anyway. It might just been other literature, but I do not know anywhere where that's been apart from that book there. And the book's a big boy book, you know. Hey.